Hello and welcome. This tape is designed to help you break free from addiction by asking you questions that will deepen your understanding of yourself in relation to what you are addicted to. The reason this is important is because when we fall prey to an addiction, we tend to feel shame and guilt, and it can be quite difficult to open up to other people about it. In this tape, I will not be giving you professional advice, but more personal advice and experiences that have helped me break free of addiction. You can sit down and relax as I will be guiding you through this. There is no expectation. There is nothing for you to do other than listening to this tape. I want to start by saying that you might judge yourself for being addicted to something. And while this is a normal feeling to have, at this time you will need to commit to compassion to go through this healing journey with yourself. By judging yourself, you won't be able to see the reasons that you got here. And quitting will be harder because every relapse will be met with judgment. And when we can expect judgment from ourselves or other people, it is much easier to give up on trying because we know we will be met with negative emotions and resistance. Why would you be hard on yourself when you need your own compassion the most? I am saying this because I understand how you might feel. You might feel disappointed in yourself for not being able to take the rational decision, wondering if something is wrong with you. After all, we hear all the time that certain things are bad for us. So why is it that we keep reaching out for them? You must be at a point in your life where you know you deserve better and you want to break free from the addiction that is holding you down. Just know that there is nothing wrong with you. You have put yourself in a situation that you are capable of pulling yourself out of. You must fight against self-judgments, self-criticism, and dark cynicism. Now let me ask you, if you can't do this for yourself, what is it that you can do? Can you really be in charge of your life if you can't choose to do what is good for you? Can you trust yourself to make good decisions for your future self if you are not willing to quit something that is holding you back? Why aren't you going for choices that will nurture your happiness in the future? Do you believe that you deserve happiness in the future? If any question resonates with you, you may pause the tape and simply reflect, as you are welcome to make this work for you and not the other way around. One thing that is important to understand is that there is a high chance you reach for that thing, whether it is smoking, eating, consuming, when you are feeling a deep emotional distress. So my question is, what's the emotional state you are in before reaching for what you feel addicted to? Think of the last time you reached out for it. How did you feel right before? Do you always feel this way every time you reach out for it? Or was it a unique experience? What makes you feel the feeling exactly? Whether it is stress, anxiety, sadness, nervousness, do you know where it originates from? And do you think that what you feel addicted to is actively helping you or numbing it down? What do you think could help you with the feelings that you feel that isn't what you feel addicted to? It's okay if you don't have the answer, as if we want to get different results, we need to try different things, and maybe you just haven't tried something different before. Now let's look into the future a little bit. How would this habit contribute to your future? Do you see yourself continuing to live the same lifestyle for an extra 5 to 10 years? where would you be in 10, 20, and 30 years from now on if you continue with this habit? What are your goals? And is your addiction contributing to any of those? It is important that you understand why you're doing what you're doing and how it will have an impact in your future. If you've made it this far, I will go ahead and give you some tools that helped me navigate quitting a bad habit and an addiction. Number 1, do not use the word never. As humans, we want to get what we can't have. And by making it something inaccessible and impossible to do, you'll feel more inclined to doing it. When you decide to quit, we must do it with milestones that are rather short. This is only a suggestion, but I recommend you do 1 day and then try for 2 days and then try for 1 week. You must expect it to be hard and difficult, and let it be a part of your journey, as by you restricting yourself and deciding not to act is an action on itself. And every day that you are not doing it, you accomplished something. And there will be no days where you aren't winning and moving forward towards your goals, because the absence of doing something is the thing that needs to be done and the action itself. You might start to plan for short milestones and then decide to go see what 1 month would do and check in with yourself at the end of the month. When you successfully do 1 month, maybe you can decide to go for 3 and check in with yourself at the end of the 3rd month. When you feel strong enough there, you might want to go test out 6 months and check in with yourself after the 6th month. If you feel better, if it has helped you to refrain from doing the habit that felt like an addiction, then why not continue for a year? But every time keep in mind that you are doing it as a test, just to see if there is a way that your actions can contribute to your future happiness in a more meaningful way. And if that's not the case, if it is not helping you, if after 6 months, 7 months you do not feel better, if after a year the changes haven't been significant, then by all means go back to it. Give yourself the possibility and expect yourself to relapse. Prepare yourself to be compassionate, to have love for yourself, and to decide to go through this challenge with yourself, for yourself, no matter how many obstacles will come your way. I suggest you come back to this tape every little milestone along the way. Every month, come back and answer these questions again. You'll be able to see that despite you not doing anything actively, you are doing a lot in a passive way, and that is one of the hardest things to do. Most of the time, not doing is harder than doing. Expect this to be difficult, but expect the rewards to be 10 times more meaningful and amazing than you could ever imagine. In life, you're always doing trades. By giving away this addiction, you are allowing life to give you something new, give you something more meaningful, and for this to happen, you must be ready. You must be ready to let go and eager to see how far can you go in the journey of loving yourself unconditionally, beyond what other people can see, beyond how you appear to others. Fall asleep and you relax. Hey. How was your day? Well, if that's the case, I think you're about to feel relaxed and just let go of the worries of today. I know you don't have to think about anything right now. Actually, it's easier said than done. People say, don't think about it. Don't think about it. But the only way for you to let go and relax is to let it out. Let it out. You can say everything that's been on your mind, and that way it will get out of your head and you'll have a much easier time falling asleep. Yeah, you can tell me everything that's been on your mind, and I'll just be listening for a while so that you can get it out of your system. Do you understand the relaxing things? We'll see how we feel, because you know we never really know. So go ahead. Tell me. there anything else? You can let go of all of your intrusive thoughts. Tell me everything's been in your mind. I know sometimes it just feels very cluttered, very cluttered. Yeah, because there's just too many things at once, and it is completely normal even to feel overwhelming. I would definitely feel overwhelmed as well. Thank you for sharing with me. You're doing good. And every time you utter a word, your eyelids are just getting heavier and heavier. And as you are telling me about your day, I can see and feel that your eyes are getting tired and ready to sleep, ready to fall into a deep state of relaxation. You look so comfortable right now. Let me just scratch. Do you mind if I just scratch? I can just see and feel that your whole body is relaxing as you are telling me about your day. As you are telling me about your day. So keep going. Keep going. the sounds are not too distracting while you are telling me about your day. Or maybe they made you fall asleep, as I can just see that your eyes are closing. Your eyes are closing. Your eyes are slowly closing. Slowly closing. Your eyes are slowly closing. Your eyes are slowly closing. Am I too close to your ear? I don't want to speak too loud because you sound so sleepy and comfortable. Is that too close to your ear because you sound so sleepy and comfortable? I hope that saying these things out loud removed some of that mental fatigue and exhaustion. You deserve to have a good. I'll just help you relax a little bit more as you slowly drift away and give up all tension in your body. As you slowly drift away and give up tension in your body. Every time I tap on that jar, you fall deeper and deeper into a comfortable state of sleep. As a foreloved. You're choosing to stay in a comfortable situation where there is no risk, there is no reward except the certainty that you won't get hurt. Yet, protecting yourself that way only puts you in a position where you can see that there are some possibilities ahead, there are some options ahead of you, but you are in your own way. You're protecting yourself to the point where there is no other outcome possible than the one you've been experiencing up until this point. And you know, I can understand that rejection really hurts. There are studies saying that when we experience rejection, we activate the same parts of our body as when we feel physical pain. And if we've experienced a lot of rejection in our life, we might feel like we've had enough. And that is certainly a valid way to feel about it. And if you still feel this way, and if it still feels hard, you can stay in that comfort zone. But when that comfort zone starts to bring pain and regrets and intrusive thoughts, rumination, and unfulfilled desires, that's when you gotta get out of your own way. You already rejected yourself by not giving yourself the chance to experience life to its fullest when it comes to hardships. It is one after the other. And every time we think that we are done, that we've learned, that we've changed, you know what's coming. There's more. And you rejected your own capacity to deal with hardships, to deal with uncertainty, and to deal with the challenges of life by putting yourself in the way and believing that it might be better to give up. It might be better to never try again. It might be better to avoid feeling pain, avoid feeling hurt, avoid feeling rejection. But is that true? Does anything great in life comes from comfort? That's true. There are some great things that come from comfort. Feeling maybe more vulnerable, being more open to share. And so, yeah, feeling comfortable is a great thing in certain settings, like in a conversation or when you're spending time with someone, because you are actively creating the space for you and someone else. So it is great. But when it comes to you, in your intimacy, you with your life, you wanting to date, you wanting to make friends, you wanting to reach a certain goal, you can't remain on your way. If you protect yourself too much, you'll stop growing. You'll stop evolving. Because you'll be really focused on maintaining, containing, and refraining. And it's already hard to voice our concern and our insecurities to people around you. Sometimes we feel like we are at the end of the rope and we fail to mention that to other people. We are afraid of their reaction. We are afraid of their perception of us. If I tell my boss that I'm on the verge of a breakdown and a burnout, will they think less of me? If I go to someone and they don't like me and they reject me, will I be able to survive? Will I be able to keep going? If I tell my friend that I don't really feel like going to that specific place, will they still want to hang out with me? And you see how you are in your way. In every of these examples, it always comes down to your perception of yourself in relation to someone else. Give people the chance to have their own perception of you without it changing how you feel about yourself. Deep down, you must believe that you deserve to explore what life has to offer, and you must decide to walk in your purpose, knowing that it's going to be hard. If you crave a relationship, but you never give yourself the chance to even meet other people, then are you rooting for your happiness? And why do you keep putting yourself in the way? Trust life. Remove the burden on your shoulders. Your perception of yourself is not the perception of other people about you. And if that was the case, how boring would life be, as you would already have all the answers, and it would be rather easy for you to navigate every situation, since you can predict everyone so well because they have the exact same perspective of you as you have of yourself. Life isn't simple, we make it simple. And for that to happen, you must get out of your way. I know there's many things that you want to do. And there's many things you know you are capable of doing deep down. But sometimes we've been in our own way for so long that it just feels comfortable, and it feels like it is what it is. I can accept that. I can live with that, at least I don't suffer more. You've been through so much. You know you're capable of overcoming obstacles and overcoming challenges. Yes, you'll continue to get hurt, but the pain is going to be worth it. And when you understand why you are walking on that specific way, then you'll keep going and you'll stop restraining yourself at one point and getting in your own way. You won't freeze at any obstacle because you know that there is something meant for you at the end of this. And this is not to make you feel bad, as it is never too late to pick yourself back up and enjoy the ride again. You can change at any time and any point, but you must understand why you are changing. And no matter why you stopped on your own way and you decided to block yourself there, before moving forward, it is important that you understand what made you feel so powerless. And how will you be ready to deal with it again? As the greater version of you lays ahead and after all of these challenging times. After all, getting yourself out of your own way means not only trusting in your abilities to do things, but it is also requiring you to trust life, to walk with every of your decisions. Life is not going to punish you, but it is going to work with you. And you gotta do your part of the work. You gotta keep moving forward, even in these moments where it feels so hard. Because the best rewards lay right after these hardships. And you gotta give yourself a chance at falling on your face, feeling embarrassed, feeling afraid, feeling pain, to get to the rewards that come right after. Take a deep breath in. You don't have to feel certain. You don't have to feel ready. You just have to trust your physical abilities to do what needs to be done and your mental abilities to recover no matter what. If your why is big enough, then every obstacle your way will be worth it. And you don't have to trust my words. You just have to try it yourself and see. And in the meantime, no matter what you're going through right now, if it doesn't feel good, then it is not the end. And if things feel complicated right now, it doesn't mean that they always will be. Learn to let go and get out of your own way, as you know deep down how powerful you are. Through all of my paintings is the feeling of confidence. No matter what I paint, whether it is a portrait that feels very strong, someone with a lot of assurance, someone that did remarkable things in their life, whether it is animals, nature, even anime characters or a scene that was very powerful. The first and only element that is my starting point is confidence. There is something natural in nature and animals when it comes to that. They do what needs to be done. They can be fierce, but they go for what they need to go after. There is this hunger for life, and a tiger represents just that. It is a majestic animal with vivid colors. They are a beautiful animal that are dangerous but also soft. They are often used for pictures representing strength, beauty. There are many toys of tiger. They also can be cute and spark joy. And this is why I wanted to paint a tiger, so that when we look at the painting, we are reminded of that natural hunger for life. Yet the tiger has an incredibly soft look to it. We could look at parts of the painting on their own, such as a smaller square in the canvas, highlighting the eyes, maybe just one eye and one ear, maybe just the water and some of the fur. And we could find beauty and meaning in each of these little parts. While some people could also connect with the painting for the beauty of the tiger. Maybe they love tigers. They think tigers are an amazing animal. And some people could like the painting and connect with this painting because it exudes confidence, and they feel that when they look at it first thing in the morning, it reminds them to be strong, and it reminds them to go after their goals. And as for me, I get to paint something that is fun and challenging, that revolves around confidence, but does not limit me to a certain style of confidence or a certain style of paintings. Because confidence is so many things and so many people, so many creatures. And this is why I picked it as my theme and my starting point in any painting. There is so much joy to be found in getting the canvas ready and first sketching out what you plan on bringing to life through the medium. Finding some pictures of tigers, pictures of animals, remembering how they look, because if I'm asking you to draw a zebra, you'll draw something very close to a zebra, but we don't necessarily have the memory to remember exactly how they look. The research part of painting is really fun. And then when you start putting colors together and different shades together, you may wonder if this is going to look the way you intend it to look. If you'll be able to bring your vision to reality. And through each session, it gets a little bit better. The first stage of just layering and putting the base colors together can be a little bit intimidating because you don't know if it is going to look good at all. And this painting was my first oil painting that was a large format. Indeed, this canvas is 36 inches per 34 inches. My first oil canvas was 12 inches per 12 inches. It is intimidating maybe to start a large project But as long as you go step by step, one element at a time, you will surprise yourself and create something unique and meaningful to you. Oil painting is an interesting medium as it does not mix with water. You must use solvents and some mixing medium because oil painting is really thick, and if you don't mix it down with a blending medium, it is very hard to blend and to allow it to flow with layers instead of pigment. Oil painting requires a lot of patience because you can't get it done in a few days, as your painting only dries down after maybe few weeks. And by few weeks I mean many weeks, depending how many layers and how much mixing medium you've used. As it doesn't mix with water, you can't just pour it in the sink, pour it in the bathroom. You have to let the solvent evaporate, and that requires you to have a window open to change the air and refresh your painting space. When I started this painting, it was mostly because this felt challenging, yet like a project that would be worth looking at in the end. And no matter if it is because you like tigers or you feel that confidence, that quiet, that flowing confidence through the painting, or that you simply like some parts of the painting, I believed that it would be worth looking at and admiring. There is something to be said about how little details can take so much time. And while it looks very simple, it requires a lot of patience to go back and brush again and blend on the same spot you've been working on for quite some time. And as you are mixing the paint with mixing medium, it's sheer and dries down even more sheer, which requires you then to go back and paint again and add a little bit more fuzz, a little bit more texture, a little bit more hairs. Working with details is fun and very relaxing, but sometimes when we look at a painting, we don't realize how many little brushes were part of the process. How many times the same spot was blended again and again. How many little lines were created and put together for the painting to be what it is. And while it looks all put together, all blended together, there was a time where the canvas was empty and there was nothing on it other than an idea. And to see that idea coming to life is an incredible feeling. And there is something incredible that happens when you start connecting with the art piece you are creating. And every time you gently brush or tap or blend, it seems like time doesn't exist anymore. It's only you and a painting. There is nothing else that matters. seems to be nothing else that exists. And at that time, you are completely focused on creating something. Your attention is undivided, and you can feel the relaxation going through your body, allowing you to let go of all the tension, just tapping gently and brushing lightly over the canvas, losing yourself in the art, losing yourself in the actions, and dedicating your focus to blending and tapping and gently brushing, adding a little bit more orange, brushing, making the tiger a little more vibrant, blending, as we still do want to have shadows and light, adding some light where the sun would hit on the left side, blending some light orange around the dark stripes, making sure that the white is vibrant, lightening the side where the sun hits a little bit, adding a layer over all the layers that are underneath, allowing for that 3-dimension to hit. Just working with small details, going slowly, adding some more orange, blending the colors together, respecting the natural light and how it would hit, adding some to the nose, as this is the central and highest point of the tiger, just brushing and blending, brushing and blending, brushing and blending, brushing. Isn't it amazing to be able to bring a tiger to life through the medium of oil? to shine through the painting, working with the light and the shadow. Just brushing and blending and brushing and blending and brushing and blending and brushing and blending. Each layer becomes a part of the bigger picture, and at one point you'll be satisfied